Good morning. It is still the full moon phase. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is really fun. And I haven't seen anyone else talking about this. I see many people talk about moon phases, but not in the way that I'm going to talk about it today. So first of all, to clear this up, see there are 12 pieces of pie. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible for people who don't know any astrology. When the sun, this is the sun, and this is the moon, when they're opposite to each other, that's a full moon. They're opposing each other. They're 180 degrees apart in the sky. We call that a full moon. And then if you know anything about moon phases, the most popular way to break up the moon into phases is with 8 phases. And since there's 360 degrees here, dividing 360 by 8 is 45. So we start where the full moon was. We're just going to round off, okay? I'm going to pretend it was at 15 Pisces, even though it was at 17. Now, 45 degrees from 15 Pisces is 15, 30, 45. So the start of the next moon phase after full moon, this from here to here will be full moon phase. That's phase 1. So from the middle of Pisces, 15, 30, 45. The start of Taurus or the end of Aries is going to be the next moon phase after full. That's called waning disseminating. Then for waning disseminating, it'll be 30, 45 till the middle of Gemini. At the middle of Gemini, we're going to see the half moon again in the sky. That's the waning quarter. So the waning quarter, or when the moon is half full again, it's waning down to half, will be the middle of Gemini, 15, 30, 45 to the start of Leo. And then we only have one left, the waning crescent. So we have 45 to back to the waning crescent. See, we're back here. So for the waning crescent, back to new moon is here. So we have full moon, waning disseminating, the last quarter, and then the crescent, which will bring us back to where we started. All right, you see how that was very easy? I went through 4 phases that happen after the full moon. The full moon, the waning disseminating, the half full or the last quarter it's called, and then the waning crescent, and we're back at new moon. So then at new moon, 15, 30, 45 to the waxing crescent, when you'll see the crescent moon. Facing this way, not this way. See how the moon is facing this way right now in this chart? This is another reason why I like Astro.com. They give you the moon the way it's facing, you know it's waning. When it's waxing, it's the other way. Waxing, waning. So from the new moon, we'll count 45. That will be the waxing crescent. The waxing crescent will go to here. And then we have the waxing quarter, the waxing first quarter, or when the moon is half full, will be from here. And then the waxing gibbous, which is the opposite of the waning disseminating. It's the waning gibbous. It's a big old moon. We have the waxing gibbous and the waning gibbous. So the waxing gibbous is when it's almost full, and then the full. So everyone here, everyone listening is born in one of these moon phases, one of these 8 main moon phases. And what I haven't seen people talk about is you will just see a general overview of the moon phases and how people use them for different things. So, you start something new in the new moon based on the other aspects too, of course. And then you're more outer here, growing in the new moon. So you're more outer, getting more done after the new moon. When the moon is growing, you're growing with the moon. There's also when a lot of people plant in the new moon, or just slightly after the new moon. Then their plants are growing with the moon. I'm born in a big old waning, disseminating moon. And that's almost now. So we just had the full moon. We're still in the full moon phase. The next phase is mine. And I know for certain that this is the time when I am recharged. This is like my new moon, when the moon is in the same phase as it was when I was born. So when you read about moon phases in astrology, you will just read a general overview of how, you start things in the new moon and you'll have more energy after the new moon. But my idea, and I know it's true for myself, is that when the moon is in the phase it was when you were born, that's sort of a reset for you. That's kind of like your new moon, where you will feel more energized and you will start coming out again and getting things done more. Where I have seen it mentioned is baby making astrology. All right, so the Fertility Method by Dr. Jonas, that I did all the charts for and was testing it out to see if the sex of the babies is in the stars, and I think it is. When I was doing that, I realized it's when we tell women their special ovulation day that most babies are made in, it's their moon phase. Their most fertile time is their own moon phase. So if you are born on a full moon, and it's the full moon right now, regardless of where your period is, regardless of what's happening in your menstrual cycle, you have a special fertility day that day. If your cycle lines up with your moon phase, you're like 99% able to get pregnant that day, so you better watch out. For men, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it works with men. I've always just sort of guessed that it will feel the same for them when the moon is in their phase. They will be re-energized and they will be feeling like that is their new start. Let me know. I want you guys to let me know how you feel during these moon phases if you pay attention to that. Here is a site you can go, astrostyle.com. Look it up. What is my moon phase? Astrostyle. And put it in here, your birthday. It's going to ask you. Here's mine. And it will give you disseminating moon. See, it will give you your moon phase. So you will know what I am talking about, where you start. And if you have any other questions, just message me here. But I want to hear how you guys are feeling through these moon phases. It does matter where everything else is over your chart. And you do kind of maybe have to go through it for a few months to see how you feel. And it's taken me years really to notice this. So it could take you years too, but maybe with somebody else pointing it out to you, you might notice. All right, now as for Aries moon, well, wakey, wakey, everybody. It's time to snap out of it. Jump out of bed. The sun has risen. You slept in. What the hell were you doing for those last few days? Do you even remember? The time for contemplation and heavy feeling, thinking is over, because now we are in no filter. Get up, get her done, let her rip. Just open your mouth and whatever fucking falls out is good enough. Aries moon. Do I need to elaborate more? Do you know any Aries moons? Get out there and get to work meeting some Aries moons. Let's go, boys.